Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you? So I was thinking today, I was remembering as a kid um, in Lagos, living in Surulere. I remember we would sometimes drive down or stroll down or walk down with friends or our parents or whatever to these spots. Um, if you were familiar with Surulere in the 80s, just, give me a shout out in the comment section below. If you remember UTC, yes, Leventis stores, yeah, the department stores. There was Terrace Burger that came up later on. Terrace Burgers, you remember that? Chicken George. Who didn't like some Chicken George, right? And then there was this spot. It was a really coded spot off Adinur Gusaya in Surulere, back in one of them closes somewhere, and they had this amazing peppered chicken. It's the equivalent of what you would find today at Glover Court or whatever, their chicken suya. But back then, that was the shiznits. Oh man, that stuff was something else. Like, we would live for dad to come home with some of that chicken. And I remember how amazing those things were to us. It was everything to us as kids. To have a treat from those locations, to get a meal or to go down there to those stores and just run around. I remember at Christmas time having Father Christmas at the stores at the mall over there, and you could go in there and go get your toys and things. We looked forward to it, and none of them exist anymore. They're memories. They're nostalgic memories for us who grew up in that time. And for the people and the generations that follow us, probably no memories whatsoever. No ideology in those businesses are dead forever. And that's really sad. And to me, that speaks less to competition or the emergence of other brands that competed directly with them, and it speaks more to leadership or failure of leadership to adjust and innovate and adapt and to grow and to evolve with the times. And the failure of leadership is the inability of leaders to replicate themselves, the good qualities that will transcend them. And that is what I want to talk about today, leadership. See, good leadership, all leadership replicates itself. And so if your company where you work, if your family that you lead is a happy place, is a peaceful place, it's a productive place, it's a place where people grow and they thrive, where people evolve, where people are their best selves, then you're a good leader. And if your workplace that you lead, if your office, if your business environment is toxic, if people are yelling and screaming and shouting at each other, backbiting, backstabbing, conniving, plotting and planning against each other, if your home is filled with fear and doubts and insecurities, if people are afraid to speak up or to have conversations, if your home is not a place of peace and you're the leader, then hey, yeah, you're the problem, because leadership replicates itself, and the people within your company who come under you will absorb and adapt and evolve into a version of you, and maybe to grow to surpass you in whatever you're doing. So if what you're leading through, what you're replicating is bad, then they will grow to surpass you in that badness. And if what you're replicating is good, then they will grow, hopefully, to surpass you in that goodness. And if you want to know what kind of leader you are, no, don't do that, don't do that. Don't start thinking about all the reasons why you're not or you are. Don't start trying to think of all the conditions that could have been perfect, that would have made you great. Don't start thinking about the people around you that you say are responsible for your poor leadership. You know the answer. You know the things that you can do better. Don't focus on them, focus on you. Focus on the things you can do better in your home. Focus on the things you can do better in your relationship. Focus on the things you can do better in your office, in your business. Focus on the things that you can do better. The fact that you're trying to pivot away, the fact that it's uncomfortable for you to think about right now, means that you know that you are not doing what you should. But guess what? You can. It's never too late to change. It might be difficult, but you can. You can start to foster an environment under your care and your guidance that promotes growth, that promotes sustainability, that promotes innovation, that promotes well-being and mental health, that promotes inclusion and equality. You can be the leader of today that sets up the leadership of tomorrow. You could be the difference. And if you're already doing that, thank you. I applaud you for doing what you're doing. Be better. And if you're not doing that already, guess what? If you're still listening, if you haven't tuned off, if you haven't shut down and continue to block yourself off and wall yourself off with the excuses that you have done for so long, then I applaud you also, because it means you're willing to face up to the truth, to know that you can do something, you can be better, you can be different, and you can create better and create different. You can be the difference in your home, in your office, in your business. You can be the difference in the world. So, leadership replicates itself. What are you replicating? Hey, that's my thought for today. I hope you think about it. And as always, be inspired.